Chap Tales. Don't you wanna hear some Chap Tales? Chappity Chap Tales. What is happening? Are you okay, people? Alright, so I was thinking about another little story, and and I remembered this one, thought it might be alright, if you like. Okay, so one of the many bands I've been in was called The Tally. Again, with this band, it had a couple of different phases like The Voice did, but this was the latter phase, not the latest phase, but near to the end. Our band consisted of 4 of us. It was me on mainly just vocals, but some rhythm guitar as well. And then on lead guitar, we had Chris Horlock, or he liked to be called Chrismatic. On the old pots and pans was Jack Yatton, and on the bass was Richard Fox. And it was a pretty good band, pretty all right. So we as you do, booking gigs wherever we could get them. So, and then miraculously, because compared to we was probably pulling 15 people, 20 people at my tops to gigs. But we got a gig at the O2 Academy Islington, which is it's a nice venue, you know what I mean? You probably need to be pulling 40 people to play there, but I can't remember the promoter who it was, but we got a gig there. So anyway, so beers at venues, especially now, I suppose back then it weren't quite as bad as it is now, but I mean the price of a pint of beer now, some venues you're looking at £6. Now this is very different to when I was young, and you was paying like £1.80 for a pint of Foster's. Whoopie-doo! But anyway, so that was not a great aspect of having to go out and have a couple of pints and you're already taking out a mortgage. But anyway, this evening, so we're at the venue, done a sound check. We always had like a couple of pals with us who we sort of said was like roadies, not that they done anything roadieing, but I can remember I had my good mate Dean Chapronier with us, and I can't remember who the other person was. So do you know what I mean? It could have been Des Jones, it could have been Ben Hyde, it could have whatever, doesn't matter. Yes, so we've done a sound check, and then at this great venue, you get given a dressing room, you know what I mean? So we was like, boom, all backstage, like in this dressing room. And we was like, right, should we get the beers in? And everyone's like looking away like, it's not my round. So then we come up with a great idea. Because just across the road, other side of Liverpool Road, is a massive Sainsbury's in the Angel. So we decided that we would go to this Sainsbury's and we would buy cheaper beer in the Sainsbury's, and miraculously there's a little fridge in the dressing room. So we was like, yes, we will fill that up with beer and we will drink beer in here or whatever. So we was like, all right, sweet, nice one. Let's go over to Sainsbury's. So we went over there and they had a sale on Stella. Big cans of Stella they were as well, and there was 24 in a crate, so we bought 2 crates, so we had like 48 beers between 6 of us, and it probably cost the same as getting 3 pints, you know what I mean, in the venue. So obviously we went back to the venue bit, and there was like a car park downstairs, and there was like a secret route that you could get upstairs. and we could sort of get into our dressing room without having to bowl through the whole venue and like all the bar staff looking at us with crates of Stella and being like, oi, tapping their draft pumps. So anyway, we got into the dressing room, and we filled up this fridge, and we're all sitting there with a can in our hands drinking. Then someone said, the sound checks have finished and they've started to let people in the venue. And we was like, oh, sweet, we want to be out there. Because I think like there was 4 bands playing, and I think we was like not the headline band, we was the first support, the one before the headline band. So obviously we had 2 lots of sets to watch of other bands before we was on. So we was like, we can't go out there with cans, can we? Like, they're not going to have none of that. So my pal Dean sort of said, oh, well, let me go and see if I can source some pint glasses. And I was like, all right, sweet. So he's gone out into the venue or whatever, and we're still backstage, whatever, finishing our first cans off. And then he's come back into the room, and I am not joking, he's got 6 pint glasses. Where he got them from, I don't know. He's probably winked at one of the barmaids and said, oi, pass us a couple of pint glasses, love. So, so we get these pint glasses on top of the fridge, boom, whack out some more cans of Stella, fill the 6 pints up, and then there's a bin there that we're putting the cans in anyway, yeah. So we was like, boom, everyone's got a pint of beer, our gear's all right back here in the dressing room, leave all our guitars and that in here, let's go out and sample the other bands. So we went out to the front where the bands were playing and that, and we just stood there, and no one really thought anything of it that we're standing there with pints of beer, because we obviously think we've just bought them from the bar. So anyway, boom, they go down nice, Stella, when you're drinking them. So a couple of us, about 3 of us, had to keep popping backstage and filling these pint glasses up with more beers, and then bringing them back to the front and handing them out, whatever. And do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was pretty like there was some security stopping people from going backstage who weren't in the bands, you know what I mean? So I don't know how they brought out these 6 pints and not got seen or whatever, but it was, when you're pretty sober or whatever, it's pretty easy to do it, I think. And then so we keep going backstage, filling our pints up, bringing them back anyway, yeah, we having like about 3, after having about 3 each, we sort of like, look, the second band's only just started, so let's calm down a bit, because otherwise we're just going to get up on a stage and just be like 4 drunk gits, you know what I mean? Like, so we sort of slowed down a bit. I think Dean and whoever the other person was, they didn't have to slow down, so they was like still crashing it nicely. So we leave our pint glasses in the fridge so they kept nice and cool, and then we got up, done our set, wicked set, and then obviously there's still a headline band to watch and that, so we're back on the beers, you know what I mean, someone's getting them, whatever. But as you're getting drunk, it's like keeping it a secret, not letting the security see what you're doing, like it's a bit, I think we'd been clocked a couple of times anyway by a couple of the security or whatever, like looking at us drinking pints, getting backstage, coming back out, got a whole pint in our hand, you know what I mean? But yeah, so we just keep doing that, and I don't know, miraculously if they did work out what we was doing, they never approached us or said anything, so yeah, it was all right. So we was constantly refilling our pint glasses, you know what I mean, the 48 beers. We ended up doing the lot, the 6 of us done a lot of these beers. So I mean, I don't know. I can't even think to work out what it was. You can work that out for yourself. There was 48 beers and there was 6 of us. So I think Dean and whoever the other person was probably had a couple more than the rest of us, because they was non-stop drinking them, and we sort of gave up after 1.5 bands. But yeah, but I mean, amazing venue, the Islington Academy in the N1 shopping centre. Do you know what I mean? Just up on the first floor there. Yeah, top venue. But yeah, but it was mental, like, because the night cost us nothing really at all, and we was all pretty drunk when we left there. You know what I mean? And luckily enough, I was staying at a friend's house who lived in the Angel. So yeah, getting back to a bed was not as hard as it could have been getting back to Kentish Town. But yeah, it was a top night, and yeah, we got away with cheap alcohol the whole night. Nice. And yeah, okay, so that was a sweet little tale of drinking beers from Sainsbury's. All right, nice one. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe and smash that bell. All right, nice one.
Chap Tales. Don't you wanna hear some Chap Tales?